I got fired for defending myself at work. But yeah, with that kind of stuff, like I was not taught to back down.
Yeah, no way.
So it's like I didn't have an option with who I identified as. I didn't have an option. Yeah. There was no like second guessing what was going to happen.
And you know that dude was definitely the kid who, like, if someone said they were going to punch him, be like, I'm going to go tell my parents.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Was never allowed to get punched.
Yeah. And then he got too big.
Yeah.
You know,
people were just afraid.
Yeah. That's what I always was mad at. Like, you know, when we had one trainer in particular that was there and I always had issues with.
Yeah.
Bigger guy. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And because as a wrestler, I would always wrestle the heavyweight.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have a problem doing that. You know, but a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're a wrestler, you just don't do that. So you don't really know what it is to have a fight or a scuffle with a bigger guy.
Yeah.
You know, you're just thinking, oh, well, he's bigger than me. He might be able to beat me and, you know, beat me up or something like that if you never do it. But like for me, it's like it's kind of like I always want to, just because I know that that's going to stop that guy from acting that way.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Yeah.
It's not like I hate this person, but it's like he needs this because he's being a shitty person because he hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah. Dude, it's like the thing where like I contribute this to having an older brother, but like you when you're younger, you know where to draw the line because you know someone is gonna pop you in the mouth.
Right.
Like, you know, you can't run your mouth because there's always someone that's gonna like fuck you up.
Right.
And when you're bigger like that, you think no one can fuck you up.
Yeah.
So someone needs to fuck you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it.
But it's funny that I was thinking about you the other day, actually. But I was hearing this, I forgot, maybe it was, I don't know where I heard it. But it was saying like most martial artists or people who practice some type of martial art are always the calmest people.
Yeah.
Like they don't ever like, and I feel, if I'm being honest, I think I agree with, I think you're a calm person.
Oh.
Like you're not.
Don't tell Courtney that.
You don't necessarily like, being calm doesn't mean you're not afraid of confrontation. Like you'll confront people, but you're very calm about it until it's like, because like when you know you can fuck someone up, you don't have to puff your chest out.
Right.
Because you know you can fuck them up.
Yeah.
So like, I remember there was times where like, I'd hear you had told me like you confronted someone. I'm like, wow, like most people wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like people are just like avoid confrontation and all. And I like,
I've been guilty of it.
Yeah, same. Like there's times where like it feels very awkward to confront someone, but like, and there's times where I haven't done it, and there's times where I have, but to do that and to like kind of bring it back to people who practice martial arts, like you tend to be very, very calm even in confrontation. Like I'm sure you probably feel, I don't know, maybe you don't. You feel nervous and stuff, but you don't let that.
Yeah, you get nervous for sure.
Yeah.
But you've been in that situation a lot, so you deal with it.
Exactly.
It's like you get nervous before every soccer game.
Yeah.
You just deal with it.
Yeah.
So it becomes the same as that. When you
I have
do
no
it
idea
all.
where the fuck I went with that. How I even related to what we were talking about.
Just being calm with confrontation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, people like big guys need their ass beat.
For sure.
And that is the problem. When they're big, nobody checks them.
Which,
and you know what's so funny about that guy? He was, after what I did to him, and he could not get up.
Still talking shit.
He was like, "You want to go outside?"
I remember he thought it.
It's like, oh, I should have beat his ass more. Like he really needs an ass beat. Like this, he needs to just be held down and slapped around like a bitch. Like he really needs that, because after what I did, I picked him up, dropped him, held him down. He couldn't get up. Get off me! Get off me! I'm just holding him down.
Still things.
He's 6'5", 250. I'm 5'11", 185 pounds. He still gets up and he's like, "Hey, well, you want to go outside?"
Like anything's gonna change.
Obviously, that's he's never been checked.
Yeah.
Because he just popped up like nothing happened. I was confused. I was like, did something happen? Did I just? Because he's not acting like anything happened. It was weird. But it makes sense because you know him and I know him.
Yeah.
And the way he acts, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
It's so crazy though.
I almost wish that like you would have gone outside, because I feel like if you were outside, then like you'd no longer, not that at the moment you like thought about the job, but like
I did.
You did?
That's why I held back.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you were outside at that moment, I feel like you would have let loose a little bit more.
Yeah.
But that was never going to happen.
But he was pushing me.
Yeah.
I defended myself. I held him down.
I still think it's quite bullshit what happened to you.
Yeah.
But
that's corporate.
Yeah.
And weak people.
Yeah.
Weak people, dude.
Very weak people.
So, dude, it's so funny because, like, you know, we worked at the same place, and you hear your managers talk about leadership, and you're like, well, I guess they know because they're managers. I should have never second guessed myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after how they just never, I've had no responses from anybody. No one's reached out to me. After seeing that, I will never allow someone to talk to me about leadership again.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, Manny, if you've never led in a way where you put your physical body on the line for other people, what do you know about leadership?
Yeah, you don't know much. Because
what are your stakes?
It's just all talk.
Yeah, what are the stakes here in a class project where you're, you got to get this assignment in? What are the stakes here? Oh, you get an F?
Bad grade, yeah.
What? Your body's not into it. There's something about putting your body on the line for what you want to do, and then like for other people. Yeah. That gives you another level of understanding of leadership.
Well, there's a real consequence at that point.
Yeah.
Like whatever that may be, but
yeah,
it becomes real.
Yeah. Most people have never sprained an ankle for anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, you think about like how many times you've like on a soccer field, you've seen somebody in getting double teamed or something like that, and you've sprinted with everything that you have. I don't know certain situations in soccer, but something similar to that, right? With everything you have to get over there to help him out of that situation, or whatever. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
But most people that we were getting managed by had never done that.
Yeah.
And it's like, hold on, you're telling me about leadership? And hold on, what? Oh, you read this in a book.
There were some people, though, you could tell that were weak right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you come in here talking to everyone, and it's like, I can tell you've read this out of a book, and you're like reciting what the book told you. Yeah. Right away, I'm just like,
yeah.
Very sus.
One of the things is, you're good at that. You're younger than me, and you're really good at that. And I've always admired that about you. But the way I was raised was like, you respect authority immediately.
Okay.
And then, but the older I've gotten, I've realized, oh my God, I gotta stop that. You know what I mean? But that was how I was coached. You know, that's how I was taught. So I'm more susceptible to like, all right, whatever you say, I'll do.
But when you're coached, though, those are real leaders, though.
But that's the difference.
Yeah, those are like real leaders.
So that's the transition from like actually playing sports with real coaches, to entering the real world where your managers are just people who kind of did the job a little better than others, and they were appointed as manager.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with leadership.
Yeah, nothing.
Just their own personal performance.
Yeah.
You know, and you've probably got people who are underperforming at their individual tasks that are better leaders
than the manager.
Yeah, than the manager who was a high performer at what he was doing.
Yeah.
So,
I've definitely noticed that like it's hard to come by like good leaders. And like in the corporate world, it doesn't, they say they look for those values, but it's never about that.
No, they're taskmasters.
Yeah. It's never about that.
Do this or get fired. Yeah. Oh, All right,
If
well,
you're
those
very
are my
good
options.
at that. Yeah, if you're very good at that, then you climb that ladder, but doesn't mean you're.
Maybe, or you get pushed out.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, a leader has a backbone.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I witnessed it with her. You know,
Well, so that's the thing though, that it's someone who's been there, done that.
right?
So it's someone who's actually a leader.
Yeah, and a leader's always willing to do what they tell you to do.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that
You lead by example.
number
You
one.
have to.
Number one,
You lose all respect when you don't do that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I always remembered on football teams where you might have this on soccer teams, but like every year, like maybe the coach would be like, "Hey, who wants to be a captain?" And then some people would say, "I want to be a captain." And then like a couple weeks in, they're still slacking on the drills. They're slacking on the sprints. And then the coach calls them out. "I thought you said you wanted to be a leader on this team." You know?
Yeah.
You ever had those practices?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're like, "Oh shit!" Like there's a lot that comes to this.
A lot.
You know, I've got to take care of me first before I get to talking about other people doing better. And then when you do have those guys that want to step up and be a leader and they don't do their shit, and then they tell you to do your
That is
shit,
the fucking worst.
that's when you have a fight on the team.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
There's a fight gonna break out today.
It's like, how the fuck do you want to tell me shit when you can't even do your own shit?
Right.
That is the worst type of fucking person. Don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, you're not leading me anywhere.
No.